Now, I've got with me a book entitled The Derby Stakes, The Blue Ribbon of the Turf. It's a revised and updated edition, a complete history of the Epsom Derby from 1780 right the way through to 2016. And the man that wrote the book, Michael Church, is alongside me now. This must have been such tremendous fun, but at the same time such passion and such hard work for you to put this wonderful book together.
Yes, well, I've seen over 65 derbies, and it has just become the day of the year for me ever since I was 9 and had my first bet. It is just, I was a school bookmaker at 11, illegally.
Of course.
And I was with the Horse Race Betting Levy Board early days. Then I was with Racing Post for 13 years, and this is my 14th book. So
okay, and as mentioned, this is for race form. It's a revised and updated edition. When was the previous edition out before this one?
2006,
okay.
And there was one before that in 1997, and they were thicker volumes, but I've written this to match the History of the Oaks I did last year,
okay.
Because the two races are the oldest sporting events continually run in the world. The St Leger was cancelled in 1939, so that puts them back a bit.
It does. I was looking through it earlier. You've got, for the very early runnings of the race, it's half a page.
Yes.
It's not, all that's important is there.
Yes. I was told to keep the pagination down, half of what the other books were, because of the cost of production, and I think I've done that quite efficiently, and I don't think anything has been left out, particularly if someone has bought the first two, either of the first two, they've got all the extended details of the earlier races. But this book, unlike the others, has got a commentary on each race from 1918, including why they were favourite, which Derby trials they won, a commentary on the race, the weather, the going, and the times, and what they did after the Derby. So I've compressed it as efficiently as I could have done, I think.
Superb. And you've got your favourite Derby winners of each decade. There's special essays on each of those.
Yes.
One that caught my eye was, of course, 1913, the famous suffragette Derby. Had 100-to-1 winner, Aboyer, and the horse that passed the post first was disqualified famously.
Yes. It was when you look at the videos of the race, you'll see it was the other way around, except one of the stewards had a grudge against the owner who was involved with the sinking of the Titanic. He and his brother owned.
Did he got off the Titanic, didn't he? He survived it.
Brother did. Yes, but they were tarred with the same brush, if you know what I mean. But you don't want to judge people too harshly 100 years afterwards, yes, the horse had also won the 2,000 guineas, and they were on opposite sides of the course, and the prejudice extended to that when they gave it to the other horse. So poor Bauer Ismay had won the 2,000 guineas, and Derby got nothing for it, so he sold it to a big stud in Argentina and got £30,000, which was like several million pounds today, So, but nevertheless, that was a shame that he hadn't got the honours of that,
Other famous stories that are told in here, going forward quite a long way from 1913 to 1981, of course, Shergar's year.
Yes. Well, it was sometime, obviously, the IRA thought they would get 20 million or something like that for him. They didn't realise that he was syndicated in 40 different shares, so he had 40 owners, not the Aga Khan. So they dropped it then. Their plea went down to 4,000. Can you believe it?
That's astonishing.
Yeah, and of course the horse played up in captivity.
It was a stallion, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they shot it and cut him up and distributed him in small parcels, so to speak. It was very sad. Whether he'd been a success at stud, I don't know. He was by great nephew, and
he had a few make the track, didn't he? I think he sired.
That was great nephew had Grundy, but other than that,
I think he sired Shergar. He sired an Irish St Leger winner, but apart from that, I don't think there was much of note.
No, I don't. I think It was a tragedy, but I don't think it was a great loss to the thoroughbred industry, put it like that.
Derby of the century as well, you were telling me about.
Yes. I mean, if one splits them up, the best 18th century Derby winner, I think, was Sir Peter Teazle, who was owned by Lord Derby, the 12th Earl of Derby, who originated the race. He was champion sire for 10 years and sired 10 classic winners, including 4 Derby winners. So he was probably the best horse of the 18th century. The 19th century, Ormond won the Triple Crown, 16 races, won them all. The 20th century, Seabird is the best Derby winner. Also, his best performance was in the Arc, where he beat horses from Russia, America, France, Italy, England and Ireland. So it's a stunning acceleration, something like Dancing Brave did a few years later, you know. And now we're in the 21st century. Well, who knows, but See the Stars was very good, and so was Golden Horn. So those two I would rate at the moment.
So they're tied at the moment. So
yes,
will you have a dead heat, or will you name a winner eventually?
Eventually, if there's a update of the update.
Okay. Now, with regards to this update, it's limited edition, isn't it? Just tell us a bit more.
It's 650 copies. They're signed and numbered. They're available on the Racing Post shop, and they're £65.
Okay.
But most of my books retain their value. In fact, some of them actually go up.
Yep.
So it seems to be doing quite well, and it's being sold also in tandem with the Oaks book at a small discount.
I gather you've been very kind. I gather we might have a competition for a copy here on Racing UK as well, which is ever so kind of you.
Yes, no, that's fun, and it'll widen the audience, and people will learn more about the Derby and enjoy it more, which is what I want, really.
Well, to say it's a thoroughly satisfying record of a great race doesn't go far enough, I don't think, Michael. This is a fabulous book. Thank you very much for talking to us about it, and well, yes, good luck with it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.